Hi everyone. Today markets did chop up a little bit here at the key resistance trend that we talked about in yesterday's video. We wicked it a bunch of times and then ended up closing below it and then trended much lower down to the level 591. And then after hours here we've slipped below it, but is there any chances of this holding up tomorrow? Let's take a look. Do me a quick favor and like and subscribe and watch the video till the end to help out the channel, and let's get started. Quick video today, but for fear and greed, we stepped down to a 28 from a 29. Still extreme fear across nearly all of the metrics. We did see volatility hover here a little bit today. Honestly, I'm surprised that didn't jump a little bit more, but nearly everything is saying markets should go lower, and we are not all the way into that extreme fear category yet. Don't forget, it is third week options expiration, and all of the charts here say that markets should go a little bit lower, specifically tomorrow, 2% lower. We'll see if that plays out. And then quickly looking through the key charts like we talked about, you had the key trend on the hourly chart here for the S&Ps. Touched that trend here with the gap up and then sold off right to the level. We did touch it and held it during the session. You can see we closed above it, but after hours we're selling below it. And this structure still looks quite bearish to me. So you have multiple touches here. You would expect more selling at that level, which it seems like that's what we're going to get into tomorrow's session, which once again does fit with the max pain thesis. You do have some support at the trend here at 588.74. You can see it here on the hourly chart. Momentum bearish, RSI bearish. I would expect it to go lower. And with this break of 591 after hours, I would expect it to push potentially lower to that 585 level. Then moving over to the Tasty charts here, you can see on the SPY charts on the 4-hour, we hit that upper band. We sold off from the upper band, closed below the 9. I would expect this to sell at least to 585.91 based on this chart here. So everything says a little bit lower in my expectation. We had the low, higher low, got the rally up. Now we have a high, waiting to see how much lower this goes. If we get a higher low, 585 makes sense. Moving over to the NASDAQ here, similar thesis, but a lot more ugly of a chart here. You can see we overthrew the trend, got up to that next level, 519.48. So that was your resistance for the day, touched it here in the pre-market, sold off pretty dramatically from there. Then we consolidated for a long time. You can see 3 hours kind of in that same range. And then we broke down, retested, and then broke down again, sold aggressively into the close again on the volume. We said the volume yesterday came on the close. Volume again here today came on the close. So looking for a push down to 509. You can see after hours, we're already selling a little bit more, about 50 cents. You got the 55 EMA there on the daily chart at 511.92, but realistically, I'm expecting this to go lower. And just looking at this structure here, you can see consistently lower highs, lower lows. If this continues with that pattern, the low for this structure is all the way down at 496 right now. I think we'll probably trend in that direction over the next couple days. Probably not tomorrow, but overall I would expect it to go lower through this area. And then looking at the Tasty charts here for the Qs, very similar to the SPY charts, hit that upper band on the rally pre-market, sold off pretty much straight down on the 4-hour charts there. Not a ton of volume, but I would expect this to go a little bit lower. Your trailing stop right now is at 508.43, which is in line with what we talked about on the previous charts. Moving over to the Russell and the Dow, the Russell actually managed to stay positive on the day, 0.2%. It was the only one of the group that stayed positive, so definitely some strong relative outperformance there. Momentum bullish, RSI still bullish. Didn't quite get to 226.02. Want to see it get above there and hold if it's going to do it, but for now, it's holding in the structure right at the highs of this kind of consolidation. With this consolidation, dip low, retest, continue back into the consolidation, this is still a bullish bias for me. And then looking at the Dow, similar thesis, right to the trend, 432.78. Couldn't quite get there, ended up selling off into the after hours, so might see a little bit more down move. If it comes down and tests the 21, holds that level, and then continues higher, that's going to be a nice bullish setup. Definitely in play if it breaks through there, maybe breaks 426. That's obviously going to be quite bearish. Moving over to the Mag 7, we talked about this setup yesterday. If it rejects off the 21, that's going to be bad. It overthrew it a little bit yesterday, gapped to it today, and then sold off. So this looks quite bad now on the Mag 7. RSI stepping down, breaking below the SMA. Momentum hasn't gone quite yet, but this does not look great. If 315 breaks tomorrow, this is probably going to head to that 55 EMA at 308.95, almost 309. And then if it breaks there, 305 is back within range. Structurally, this is continuing to kind of downtrend slowly down and to the right. Moving over to Apple and Microsoft. Apple down a lot, 4% on Apple. Absolutely terrible. We hit the level with the gap down, opened at it 237.23, and then immediately sold right to the next level, 230. Below the 144 EMA, everything here looks terrible. Big volume there. Almost looks like a news event where we just got massive selling on Apple. So something to watch there, maybe in tomorrow's session. And then Microsoft couldn't quite get to the level, couldn't quite get to the 21 EMA. And then it sold here. We're not below the trend. Momentum hasn't gone with it quite yet. Really no volume. So price action says a little bit bearish from this consolidation high, but nothing crazy yet. Moving over to Tesla and NVIDIA. Both of these were down 3.3 and nearly 2% respectively. Got back below 414.50. So that's a little bit bearish. Broke a support level. It's falling after hours. Trend support is here around 399.26. We'll see if it goes there in tomorrow's session. If it can get back above 414.50, that's going to be good. Right now, it looks like a 21 retest and potential for breakdown there. And then looking at NVIDIA, came up, touched the trend, sold off, nearly engulfed the previous candle. This says bearishness to me. Headed back down to the 130.35 level, in my opinion. Moving over to staples and discretionaries, finally some good rotation, which to me again says a little bit more bearishness to come. Staples up 0.75 off of the trend. You can see volume coming through. Probably going to take a position in here. I think this is probably going to go a little higher. Want to see it break 77.50. I think it'll do it. And then discretionaries, we got into that 21 EMA zone. We did reject a little bit from there. Momentum says we might still go through it, but price action says this is probably your resistance there at 227.56. Moving over to Breadth. Breadth continues to do really, really well. You can see positive day on both of these. 50-day breaking above that level, looking very strong. Everything still looks bullish here. And this is really translating to that Russell outperformance. Not so much the NASDAQ. The Mag 7 continues to look bad. So Russell outperformance, probably the place to be. Moving over to the dollar, another very small selling day. Structurally, this hasn't broken yet. You can see trend support in here, 21 EMA in that same area at 108.56 or so. We're below 109 pretty handily. All of these kind of push-ups have been sold off. So overall, dollar has at least neutralized in the short term, which should give equities a little bit of strength. Maybe not so much today, but in the medium term, equities should find a little bit of strength with the dollar finally slowing down on this massive run. Moving over to bonds. Bonds finally turning a corner, continuing to rally after yesterday's rally. So 0.11 and 0.32% respectively. Hit the 21, rejected a little bit, but momentum and RSI both bullish. Moving over to the VIX. VIX did exactly what we thought it was going to. Came right to the trend, touched the trend, and then rallied up from there. Momentum is still bearish. RSI is still bearish, but this looks a little bit bullish coming off of that trend and that support here. So we'll see if this follows through to the upside. Based on the charts, I would expect that it will. Moving over to my accounts, I traded pretty terrible here today. I tried to do a little bit of trading and it did not work out. My thesis was correct. I just didn't trade my thesis for some reason. I don't know what I was doing, but didn't work out super good. You can see I lost money here. The only reason that the account value is not down so much is because I'm starting to add to this Roth position. Overall, in terms of positions, all I have is a short call here for a couple of days out at 517 for a $1.80 credit. So expecting that to do really well. You can see it's down about 50 cents, expecting that to continue down tomorrow. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of the charts today. How much lower do you think we're going to go? Let me know. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.